Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 708.
The sexiest podcast on the network, still running. Undisputed
Yeah.
champions of
Yep.
throwing down peen.
Wait a second.
I guess. I don't
I
know.
mean, fair enough. Whatever. Yeah. It's something like that. I don't know.
Bryan, I'm tired. That's all I got
That's
for
fair.
you.
That's fair. I understand
Oh,
that.
dude, you know what? I do have something here. That's a
okay.
curious weirdness. Michelle bought these.
Okay.
Sprite with
Oh,
tea?
yeah. Yeah.
It's not bad. It kind of tastes like a bubbly Lipton.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So I'm not a tea guy, so I saw them and I was like, yeah, that's probably not for me. But I was curious.
Oh my God, I should not have looked at the sugar content.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's high in sugar.
Give me a guess. Remember, it's tea. It's healthy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think I think Coke has like 64 grams of sugar per can.
Is that your final offer?
Yeah, that's my guess. Somewhere around Coke.
So close. 61 grams.
Okay, let's see.
Good
look at my
Lord.
root beer.
Root beer.
My root beer has 43 grams of sugar.
Clearly, the beer, once again, being the healthier choice, even if it's root beer.
Of course. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, Bryan.
Oh, boy. What a week.
Well, let's continue.
All right. Well, since last week, everyone knows where I left off last week, but this week was the hardest day of my life to this point.
That's
was
later. That's for QoftheW. It's later.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No. But it was the service for my mom.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I was great for a long time. Like I figured walking in was going to be way harder than it was. And it wasn't, like we got there early, to where it was just basically the siblings, me and my siblings, and, we made sure everything was set up and okay and everything. And then, we had about an hour before everybody started showing up a little bit. And, it wasn't like, the doors were getting busted down at 2:00, but a few people showed up and then it just was a steady stream kind of for the rest of the day. But it was, I was amazed at how I think it shows how much I've changed since my dad died, in that I was really able to look around and take in different things, like just seeing all the people who showed up for my siblings from their work, their different jobs and whatnot, and
right.
other parts of the family I haven't seen in a while, and all that kind of stuff. And again, it's always nice to see that your loved one was loved and cherished by people, or that people are showing up to show you support,
Mm-hmm.
And I got a massive surprise from our pal Cheeto showing up, and I didn't expect him to come in, and that was that meant so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny how our friendship with him, my friendship with him started, forever ago on Twitter. We just ran in similar circles on Twitter when it was all joke Twitter.
Right.
And we liked each other, followed each other, talked a little off and on, whatever. And then we started the podcast, and then he's been around for that and everything, to the point that it's like I made a comment to somebody at one point that I was like, everybody in the room at that point, I'm like, is family, was family, meaning they were married into and no longer part of, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Or I consider family, and he was in the room during that time, and I was like, I kind of saw him as like a brother of ours anyway.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
But I think this kind of, locked it in,
solidified it a little bit.
Right. So I know you're listening, Luther. So, thank you so much for coming in. Like I told you the other day, it meant the world to me. It really did. And thank you to you and anybody who sent messages and stuff. It was it was just really nice seeing how, just knowing people are there for you and really want to help.
Mm-hmm.
It's because a lot of, it's amazing how many, when you start talking to people, much like our dads, right? There's like, how many you start talking to people and they're like, oh yeah, I lost my dad, and blah, and you're like, oh man, it's like, you hate that anybody had to go through these losses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But it is nice that people can also give you that perspective of like, hey, you're going to be okay. It's like you'll figure it out. It sucks, but you'll figure it out, So, um, the days since have been I've had a lot of people reaching out to me the last couple days. Like yesterday I had so many people text me or message me and, like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" And I'm like, I'm emotionally just empty.
Yeah, I'm sure drained completely.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. Like I'm okay. And that was my intent for yesterday and pretty much today. I was like, I'm just going to not let my brain go into the other things I need to do for the most part. I'm going to just try to just basically just veg for a day or two and just let things sink in and just recover. And a couple people, when I gave that response, they were like, "No, really? How?" I'm like, "No, really, I'm okay.
Like,
I'm just,
listen here, I'm being serious.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'm just drained. Like you said, just
Yeah.
my emotional battery was empty. If somebody would have been like, "Hey, let's go hang out and whatever," I would have been like, "I don't know if that's a good idea." And like I had therapy scheduled yesterday, and then it got canceled. And I was like, man.
Right.
And then after a few minutes, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is for the best. Maybe a little space might not be a bad idea here. Um, because it gives me a chance to recover from things and I can think a little more and then, whatever. So anyway, but yeah, that was really hard. And
Well,
then today, we had to go over and pay off the funeral home and I canceled my cable TV finally. So that's gone, so it's like that's where I'm at now is like I've got to heal and then also still got to deal with some of that stuff,
yeah.
and start figuring things out that are still in the air a little bit. So you know, it's not all bad because figuring the things out kind of is a little distraction from the other part of things.
Well, for sure. Absolutely.
It gives you a little direct. It makes you put
Yeah.
one foot in front of the
You
other.
got yourself a little project.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. But like I said, thank you to you and I most of the people that showed up probably don't listen. So
I know. So whatever, y'all.
yeah.
But y'all people
Yeah. But
listening.
it did mean a lot to me that some of our longtime friends were there for a length of time, not
Yes.
just a dip and dip out. Even if they were, that meant a lot too. But you know what I mean? Just the fact that some people blocked out a good chunk or most of their day for it to be there for me was really awesome of people to do. So my sister said today has been harder for her. And we were talking about it a little today and it's like, yeah, cuz it's feeling more real now.
Right.
It's really sinking in.
I mean, I imagine
There's
last week you guys were so busy trying to like get
right.
everything lined up and
Yep.
yeah.
You're distracted by everything. You don't really have you don't have I mean, obviously the night she died,
Well,
we sat in it a little bit,
yeah.
But aside from that, we've been watching hockey together. Like I told you, it's been almost every other night for the last week or so. I've been going over there watching hockey. They've gone to a couple hockey games. We've had a cookout. We've, all these things to where, but like today now, it's like everybody's going to start going back to work.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to start not calling all the time to make sure you're okay. It's like these are the days where it gets really hard because you're still raw,
Oh yeah.
from everything. But we'll be okay. We're trying to make sure we talk to each other and everything. And they went out and um spread a bunch of the flowers amongst our various family members at the cemetery yesterday. I didn't go because I thought I had therapy, so
Fair enough. Yeah.
not so much, but whatever. So yeah, but for those who've reached out via the like Twitter and stuff through posts I've made on the podcast and stuff, I just wanted to make sure I kind of also that's what's gone on for me for the last week.
Yeah.
It's like
Understandable.
really that's where it's been, and now it's me trying to figure out what I'm doing going forward. So it's who's I'll keep everyone posted, I'm sure. But today I'm walking down to get my mail.
Okay.
Gee, excuse me, this root beer's killing me.
Root beer.
So I'm walking on one side of the street and I see this couple walking in. They have a couple pits. So I moved to the other side of the street, just just so that it wouldn't um, so it wouldn't create problems for them with their dogs, because I don't know if the dogs get excited or what. So I'm thinking I'll just switch sides of the street.
You didn't just start screaming and charge them?
No, dude. The woman had the one pit, like it was attached to like a belt clip, and it was around her waist. And that dog decided,
terrible idea.
That dog decided that it just had to come over and say hi to me, and it nearly dropped her to the ground.
It sounds like sounds like the kind of dog that's like, if it makes the decision, it's doing it.
Yes, and it was the same size as your dog, basically.
Yeah,
it was about Bomber's size.
Yeah,
so it was decent size, but not like crazy huge.
Right.
And this woman's probably about 5'6", probably about $130 or $140. So the dog still is realistically not that much smaller than her as far as weight, and then the strength on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Also
low center of gravity.
Conviction, right, and the conviction of I'm going to say hi to this person.
Yes, this guy must give me scritches.
And she got about halfway, and I just kind of stopped, because the dog wasn't being aggressive as far as like gonna attack me.
Right.
It was, you could see the big smile on the face and the butt wiggle, and it was like, oh my God,
person.
And she's fighting the dog, and I told her, I said, if she's friendly, I said, you can let her come over here. I was like, I'll, and she came, so then the woman started kind of jogging to keep up with the dog, and they got over to me, and, and she immediately, the dog sat down, and I just started giving her some, let her sniff my hand first, and, stuff like that.
And that's the story of Bryan's mauling.
Right. Yeah. This was pre-recorded. No, but no, she, the dog lowered her head, and I just started petting her, and she was the nicest, the sweetest girl, and then the other dog, of course, like, well, why is that one
bullshit?
why are you getting scritches and I'm not getting scritches? So of course they had to come over and say hi as well, and the people were really nice. I told them, I said I was just trying to avoid that scenario, because I didn't want to make things tough on them.
Right.
But but they were like I said, just two sweetheart dogs, and I gave them some scritches and whatever. They gave them each a treat for being so good, because they both did the same thing. They came over, and you can tell they're really well trained, except for the one literally dragging the woman behind her.
Like, once I get over there, then I'll do the good stuff.
She did. I mean, they both did. They came right over, and the owners were like, sit and bang, right? Even though you could tell, the butt was still wiggling, and they're all the energy, but they sat down, they were good, and they got pets, and then they got they each got a small treat, and
nice.
Then they went amongst their, they were like, okay, we've said hi, so it was just funny. Like, I thought that the one was gonna just drag the woman down the street, though, because it just darted. And she went, with it, and she was able to catch herself before she completely ate shit. But
see,
almost.
I've seen those like dog walking belts before.
Yeah.
And my original thought was like, well, that'd be cool, because I could put the belt on, I could ride my bike. What a terrible idea that would be.
Well, yeah, you picture Bomber's running next to you, and then all of a sudden she decides she's going way left.
Yeah, right.
And now you're having to get your teeth reconstructed again.
Again, exactly.
Yeah. That's why when I saw how she had that clipped on there, because the guy had, he had a good grip on the dog, with his arm and such, but on the other dog, but the other dog didn't like tear off after me. It was more, it got like air quote aggressive about coming over only after he saw the other one getting love.
Well, yeah.
And like you say, he's like, that's bullshit. Why am I not getting head pats and stuff, And I agreed. It is bullshit.
I mean, yeah.
Might as well. As long as they're nice, bring them over. I'll, like, I'm not naturally great with dogs, but I've gotten a lot better than I used to be because of being around your dogs.
Yeah, right.
And Poe and different stuff, So I've gotten more used to it. So I'm
Bryan,
more receiving of it.
I was raised by wolves, so
I know. I met your dad. I know.
Yeah, for sure.
It was literally like walking onto the set of Teen Wolf when I walked over into your house.
Fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Just that scene where the bedroom door opens, his dad's in full wolf mode, but like a sweater vest.
Yeah.
Scott, we need to talk.
Yeah. Oddly enough, also accurate for my own home.
Yeah, right.
Because my dad was a werewolf as well.
Good times.
Yep. Anyways, yeah, I was like, oh, I got to write that Pitt story down because I know Tony will get a kick out of it.
Yeah, that's fun stuff right there. That sounds about
for
right.
multiple reasons. We'd have to laugh if you see somebody just eat shit like that, but also,
of course,
it's a nice dog story.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
A little pup date.
Oh shit, pup dates.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever. We got no music for it.
No, I mean,
no,
that's not it.
All right, so I got a story.
Oh, that's not it either. What?
So I go into GameStop yesterday.
Yes.
And I needed to renew my Pro membership, right? And if you buy a new game, you get the Pro membership for, I forgot, it's discounted. And I was like, well, I was thinking about, I know I really shouldn't be buying myself a game right now because, first of all, I have 1,000 I haven't played already.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you have a stack?
Settle down. Listen, you have to keep it going, though. It's like books. You don't just go, I have enough books and stop buying them. You keep buying them.
As I look over at
someday I'm going to read them all.
I look over at my bourbon shelf of just unopened bottles.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to get that. I forgot the name of it already. It's like the hottest game right now.
Oh, Expedition 33 Chronicles of Narnia or something.
Yes. And they didn't have it for PS5, unfortunately, but they did have it for Series X, which, I have one. So I was like, okay, I'll get that. So I get that, and I'm like, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to renew my Pro membership, and I want to use like all my points that I have to get as much money off of this as possible.
That's
and the guy goes, okay, no problem. Goes through, does all the thing, and then I pay, and then at the bottom it shows negative $5.39, and we're like, huh? And the manager goes, we owe you $5.39. I'm like, I just paid you like $40. How do you owe me money? That doesn't make any sense. You'd think if there was some amount that would be coming back to me, it would have been deducted from,
you would assume,
$40, 40 whatever I paid.
Or they owe you 40 whatever plus an additional $5.
I like that thought.
Yeah.
So anyway, the only way but to resolve it, it was literally that they owed me $5.39. And we're all just like, this doesn't make any, like, if I had redeemed all my stuff and then it said, oh, there's zero balance, or then negative, we owe you money, which I've had that happen there before, where they have owed me like $2 or $3 because
That's
of
so weird.
It is. But this time I'm like, I just paid you money. Now you're paying me money. This doesn't make any sense at all. But so I walked out with $5.39 or 40. Oh, it was 40 cents. They didn't have any pennies.
Oh man, you got another again.
I did.
Just keep winning.
Yep. Walked out, playing $1 Million Man's theme music,
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But we were all three confused by this.
I mean,
I was
I'm
like, okay.
Consider it a fourth because I'm also confused.
Yeah. It's like, I hope it doesn't screw up their drawer at the end of the night or something. But it's like, it shouldn't say that unless it's, I just am curious how
that works.
How it decided. Yeah. How it decided that it owed me $5, basically almost like $5 in tax. Because on a tax on $5 is like 30 some cents.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I don't know. It was weird though.
Well, whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah. I was like, cool. I have $5.
Yeah. Right. So the game only costs you like upper 30s, low 40s instead of 40 plus, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's all coming together.
Yeah. Right. The one thing I didn't like though, is
it should cost $33 just because of the game.
It should. I didn't like the old GameStop that it's like, oh, this is a new copy, but it's not in a shrink wrapped box. It's here's the case and here's the game.
Yeah, yeah, it's lame.
Because in my head, I'm going, then it's not new.
Yeah.
Because on any selling platform there is, if you want to call something new, it has to be like in its original packaging, shrink wrap, basically.
Yeah, some dirtball was licking that disc and then putting it back in there.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, I was, but
I mean,
still.
I hear they taste delicious.
Yeah.
Can you taste the graphics?
Yeah. Right. Well, I know like new copies of that game were selling for a while for like 80 or $90. I mean, it was like I think a $45 game new, but they were selling for not quite twice, but they were selling, physical copies of it were selling pretty decent because most stores didn't get many.
Jeez. Well, yeah, because it was an indie, situation there.
And then it just blew up,
Yeah.
and like I talked with one of the people at GameStop, and he said originally the one, I think he said they got like 5 copies, then they got like a few more. He's like under 10 more in, and he's like, we haven't gotten any more in that unless they've been used since then. Basically,
they should have got 33 in.
They should have gotten 33 in. You're right. Or 69.
Hey, nice.
I know everybody was expecting the soundboard. Ha!
Fuck me, you're right. I minimized it. Get it out of my face.
Yep. What do you think? I'm spending my $5.40 on soundboard type things?
I would hope
Crazy.
So. I mean,
shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I just was like, screw it. I'm going to buy myself something. Like, I know I'm not going to be doing that much in the future here, till I figure out an income of some sort. But right now, it's like,
have you watched Breaking Bad?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryan, rock candy.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get me to open a car wash.
Oh, yes. Also,
like the market's kind of saturated on that.
Like, I thought you wanted to get me into geology and collecting rocks.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I thought you wanted to get me into heroin overdoses.
No, we've had enough of those in my life.
Yeah, fair enough. We got Sue in the chat here, and she says, income? Try foot pics.
I keep trying to get her to sell feet pics for an income.
Oh, I mean, I could, but it'd have to be on rotten.com.
Yeah. Yours would be vile. Yeah.
I'm saying.
She's a woman, though, so I was like, there's a whole market for this.
There is a whole market for that. That's a whole situation right there.
For Tony, though, I mean, maybe,
Yeah, I mean, Quentin Tarantino's reached out to me. He heard about Death Nail, and he was very curious.
Right. Yeah. As a next movie / feeding his fetish.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a game show. Feeding his fetish. Yes.
Do you remember there was a game show? Well, not game show. There was a show that was on the Game Show Network.
It's a game show then. If it's not on the Game Show Network, it has to be a game show.
All right. Well, Jerry Springer hosted it, and it was called, what was it called? Like Baggage or something like that?
Okay.
Did we ever talk about I don't know if we've talked about this.
I don't think this sounds familiar to me.
Basically, you put like something that's really weird about yourself, and they would have it in like a briefcase, right? And then somebody at some point, they like open the briefcase and they find this out about the person, and then you're kind of like testing, like, is this a deal breaker kind of situation?
Oh, okay.
And some of the things that people put in there, it's like, oh boy.
Wow, this is an interesting spin on the Springer show, huh?
Yeah. So your feed their fetish, it would be kind of like that. You just put their fetish in there and see if that's a deal breaker.
Feed their
Can you imagine,
fetish.
like, you go through like a dating show, you match with the person, you're like, this is the person I want, and then they're like, oh, by the way, here's the weirdest thing about the person. And then you have to go, do I want to continue? Do I still want to go on a date with this person, or should I just get a restraining order?
Right. Side note, their penis looks like a conch shell.
Right.
What?
Like, I'm going to need more details before I decide. Are we talking size, bumpiness?
Exactly. Coloration?
Yeah.
Creature living inside of it?
Right. Like, for sure, I'm going to need a better explanation here.
Yeah, I don't recall Baggage. Although, I'll be honest, Bryan, you might find it shocking. Not a big watcher to Game Show Network.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, quite.
Let's see if I don't know if it's still like available to be found or not. Yeah, I mean it was forever ago. Here we go. It's if the show features 3 contestants who reveal embarrassing secrets from suitcases, with each suitcase containing a unique proposition. The contestants must choose which secret to reveal next, and the one who cannot accept the last secret is eliminated. And it was on for a few years. It looks
Yeah,
like.
it's like 2010 is season 1.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, 15 years ago. How's Jerry Springer doing?
Pretty good, I hear.
Yeah, right.
As in dead. Yeah. Oh, apparently they had a spin-off series called Baggage on the Road.
Oh, so maybe like Carry On or something. Under the seat bag.
Yeah, the next one, it just takes place on a plane. It's called Carry On.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a Keanu Reeves movie?
No, that was The Matrix.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. Do you remember that?
It was John Wick.
Do you remember the era of movies when like one movie would come out and then every other movie had to be like that movie? If we referenced it slightly last episode of the volcano movies, but there's that time when it was like Broken Arrow, Passenger 57, whatever the one of Harrison Ford was.
Oh God, what was that?
Executive Decision. That's what it was. Yeah. There was all these like airplane movies.
Yeah.
What happened?
Like
why
catastrophes on airplanes?
Why were movies like that back then?
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, Hollywood's always been the, if it works, like especially TV networks, if something works, we've got to have our version of it,
Dude, I get that. But with movies, that's like years sometimes of doing shit. And then they all release the same summer or whatever.
Right.
Like is how.
Well, you know what it is? They probably got somebody who's
he's working on a plane movie. We need to work on a plane movie.
That's exactly what it is.
Our plane movie will be better.
If they hear a premise about it, that's exactly what it is. They want to try to get their plane movie out first. Because it's like, oh, that's a good idea. And so they'll try to rush theirs to the market first so that they make the bigger money. Because a great example is, like you said, the
volcano movies.
The volcano movies. Well,
the
there was
asteroid
also,
movies. Deep Impact. Apocalypse Space, or whatever it was called. Armageddon. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they did that. They tried to rush them out. And there was definitely better, especially the volcano movies. Because there's Dante's Inferno, and what was the other one? I can't remember the name of the other one.
Like The Peak or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was something like, and it was like, you could tell, like, the one was like, ooh, like in today's terms, you'd probably be like, ooh, that's Temu.
Yeah, exactly.
Version. The first one was the Amazon one, But back then, people were like, they couldn't get enough of them. Like the Meteor movies, Deep Impact. I don't remember which of the two came out first, but in Armageddon, and it was like, I gotta watch both of these.
Oh yeah.
Then we went through that whole patch where there was a bunch of natural disaster movies.
Oh yeah, The Perfect Storm and. God, what was the one where it was people were insta-freezing to death? You remember that one?
Yes, yeah.
What was that called?
At least Perfect Storm was based on a true story.
Yeah, that's true.
But still, there were a lot of those to where it was like a hurricane or a tornado, Twister, obviously.
A Sharknado.
Yeah, Sharknado. But there was the ones that were the end of the world type movies. And it was like, we got to have like 19 of these. Then we went through the zombie phase.
Okay. I blame Walking Dead for zombie shit.
Yeah, sort of.
100% blamed them.
Yeah. I think that really ignited it. But
man, my chair is squeaky.
But yeah, Hollywood just loves doing that shit. I don't know why. Baggage needs to come back, though. I will volunteer to host this.
Yes.
You hear me, Hollywood? I know you're listening.
Salty Language presents Baggage. No.
Yes.
Tangibound Network presents Salty Language presenting Baggage.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm trying to make it my mission in life to tag Mark every week in something. So let me see here.
Okay.
30 minutes in for this idea for an amazing show that he can fund and we will host.
Right.
Mark Bogner of Tangibound Network presents Salty Language presenting Baggage.
he'll get the producer credit. You know how they always have the like the producers in the front or whatever, where they have the like cool logo or whatever. Like he'll get that.
He could be our Rod Roddy. Come on down.
I'd also allow that.
We'll just call him Boggy, or is it Mark Margie?
Mark, no, we gotta be careful there.
It's got to be alliteration.
Wahlberg might come after us off of that one.
Well, whatever. We'll have our Bog Burgers joint will be open.
Bog Burgers. That doesn't sound very good.
No, it doesn't.
I think we need to go that
route. We do live in a swamp, so it makes sense.
Yeah. That is actually true.
Yeah.
So okay, that's how we get around it then.
Spin it.
Okay, so here's a question then, because if we're bog burgers, we have to have bog sauce.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're not wrong.
What's the bog sauce?
Well, it's got to look fucking horrific.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, some sort of like kale pesto or something.
Okay. Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
It's got to look like swampiness.
Oh yeah, so. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And of course, all of our house cocktails are called swamp waters. Of course.
Can we have a bog? Can we have a bog mac?
Oh yeah, the bog mac is definitely on the menu.
Nice.
The bacon bog.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. Right.
Ugh.
Oh, corn dogs because they're called cattails. Duh.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good one. Giving away ideas.
All right, Mark. I know you're listening.
Oh, he's gonna listen because I'm gonna tag him on this shit.
That's right. Bring baggage back.
Yes. No. Bring Mark Bogner presents Tangent Bound Network presenting Salty Language presenting baggage.
The show's only 5 minutes long because it takes that long to get through all the presented by.
Yes, yeah.
It's all that stuff and then starring.
Yes, starring. Yeah, exactly.
Starring the co-host of Salty Language.
Yes.
Because we got to extend that as far as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We
also have to make sure in the, that Seamus Pug gets a credit in there as well,
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, he's behind the ones and the twos. He's part of a house band.
That would be great. They like throw it over and there's a pug over there with like a headset on and you just hear music and shit. It's just like, is he playing that? Like
he starts, he just starts shredding like what was that dude from Saturday Night Live? Lee was it Lee?
Oh, G.E. Smith.
Yeah, G.E. Smith and Saturday. Yeah, so it'd be G.E. Smith and the Tangent Bound presenting. All right, that's enough.
It'd just be the Tangent Bound house band is what it would be.
Yes. The Tangents?
Yeah. The Tangent Bound house band on the Salty Language stage.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
On the Shameless Plug studio stage.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
Of course.
It's like, oh my God. Okay, we've gotten through all the credits. And then end credits.
And end credits.
Or one person opens a briefcase and then end credits.
Yeah, no one gets to even play the game.
No. As they're going to open it, we're like, we're out of time. We'll see you next time. Then next time it's the same thing. There's just not enough time to open the briefcase.
I mean, I feel like it also needs to be very much in the lines of like Family Feud.
Okay.
Where, if the people progress playing, they get the chance to win a car, right? Family Feud's got the red Jeep Compass. It's always there.
Right.
Excuse me. What I'm thinking is we need to get some sort of like, just like that shitty Dodge Neon we saw at the parking lot. And it's just up there, just on like blocks gathering dust. They're like, y'all get a chance to win this Dodge Neon.
Yeah.
Hit it, dust, rust falls off of it.
Right.
Yeah, rats come running out of it.
That seems rats. Yeah, that seems appropriate. Dude, I saw a Charger today that was seriously like a seafoam color, no bumper, and it was like the traffic was like long lines of traffic, and it was like, right up on somebody's bumper, and then they'd slow down and then right up on their bumper. And it was like, dude, nobody's going anywhere. You don't look cool in your bumperless. And by bumperless, it wasn't like a choice. It was Clearly, it had been in an accident and lost the bumper.
Like he parked way too close to the curb at freaking Hooters and then backed out and just left his bumper there.
Basically, yeah. And you're in a seat, man. And I'm sorry, but a seafoam muscle car doesn't look mean, So it's like there's so many reasons you need to just settle down.
I do like seafoam though; it's a good color.
Yeah, but on a Charger,
yeah, maybe
it didn't look good.
Maybe was it Sebastian the Crab driving? Because it makes sense.
It might have been. He had tinted windows. I couldn't tell.
Under the Sea. Yeah, that was about a Charger. You see.
Yeah, Under the Sea blasting on the radio. Well,
exactly, just the metal cover of it.
God,
someone had to have done a metal cover of Under the Sea.
Sure, I did. Don't you remember? It was on my metal Disney covers album.
Speaking of Under the Sea, real quick, this is a really weird tangent on the Tangent Bound Network.
Right, presented by Salty Language and Shameless Plug Studios. Yeah.
So I was, because I'm an old person. I was going through coupons over the weekend.
Sure.
Flipping through the Town Money Saver, all that shit.
As you do.
You do.
Yeah.
And there was an ad in there.
I was going through a Val Pack today.
It's exciting. Sometimes, like, what am I going to get advertised for?
Right.
There was an ad for the Mulch King.
Yeah, I know of the Mulch King.
Have you seen their mascot?
No, I don't think so.
It's basically Poseidon.
What?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with mulch?
What does that have to do with mulch? Is the question.
I'm seeing if I can pull this up here. Location doesn't help me. I need to see this mascot. Oh, all I'm seeing is pictures of mulch.
Oh, you got to go to their actual website, themulchking.com.
Yeah. Silly me thinking I could just do a generic web search the way you used to. Oh, my God.
So what does...
Wow, this is a terrible site, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's horrendous. I'm surprised those have sparkle graphics in a top 10 friends list.
Seriously. Oh, my God, this is bad.
But so the Mulch King here, what does the King of the Sea have to do with mulch?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Because, I mean, I get it. They're like, we'll make his trident a pitchfork. Maybe this is just like, hey, I found some cool Poseidon clip art. Y'all need a logo?
Yeah, looking at it, man, it's not great.
Like, because when I think mulch, I think of like some sort of strapping lumberjack dude.
Sure.
Like, give me
that would be
a little more appropriate, don't you think?
Yes, definitely.
Then I mean, maybe this is Poseidon's like younger brother, and he's like, well, Poseidon's got the seas. We're gonna give you mulch.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Wow, that's
also, can we work? What does one worship the Mulch King at?
I don't know, but I also want to know why this Mulch King that I'm looking at, he's got like the logo for recycling behind him. Instead of his trident, like you said, it's a rake, basically. And he's wearing what looks to be jeans in this picture I'm looking at.
Wait, what picture is this? Is it further down their website or some shit?
No, it's on their Facebook.
Oh, okay. I was like, because it also looks like he's just holding a big old thing of poop in his hand.
And yes, also.
Oh, a Bolt the Mulch King. Maybe. Oh, God. Why would they pick this color?
Because they don't know anything about design.
Yeah. Oh, you might find this shocking, Brian. The biggest selling product at Mulch King is the mulch. Wow. My God.
It cut out when you said that. So I assume you said mulch.
I did say mulch. There's a Mulch King carving, and I feel like we need to visit it.
That's what I was trying to find on their Facebook, because when I first, there it is, I found it.
No, what is this? Look at his little boots.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Mulch King. Wait, this isn't too far from you. Is it these guys?
No, it's right up here.
Big Road. Oh my God. I need to see this statue in real life.
Yeah, we might need to go take a road trip.
Would it be great if it was like 15 feet tall? It's not. Yes. I can tell by the shit around it, but it would be amazing if it was.
Do you think they'd let me sit on his lap?
Well, the fun fact is you can't see it from here. but there's a area where you can like notch in a wooden dick and just go to town.
Oh my.
Dude, look at this.
Oh,
dude, Mulch King is shredded. Look at those abs.
I know. Well, it's from throwing mulch all the time, dude.
I mean, I bet you could punch him right in the stomach and probably break your hand.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
That is something, isn't it?
It's something. Yeah.
He just looks. It looks like it's very bright outside.
Mm-hmm. I think I know right where this place is, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I 100% know where it is now. It's on Smith and Telegraph, buddy.
Okay. Yep. 100%. I know where it is then. Yep.
100% know where it is.
I just want to know why you picked Poseidon, but he's wearing jeans. Like you said, it's like, why did you pick Poseidon? What does he have to do with things that are ground based?
Because that's
pretty
like
sure Poseidon is the king of the sea.
Like that cartoon at the top of their webpage, you can't tell me that's not a Poseidon.
Yeah, if it's not, Mulch, who's it supposed to be, right?
Like legit Mulch King over here looks like a monk or something, or a Santa Claus.
Yeah,
like a shredded fucking barbarian Santa.
Right.
Well, the other one is for sure just Poseidon.
Right. Sorry. Yeah. I don't have an answer for you, but I'd love to know.
Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. Dude, if I could just get like a miniature version of this, I wish that'd be great. I wish I had one of those 3D scanners, because I would scan this and then just absolutely tell my boss, you need to print this for me.
Yeah.
I need this for my desk. You have no idea.
We need to go up there and tell them they need koozies.
Oh my, I would absolutely rock a Mulch King koozie.
Yeah. It actually wouldn't be a terrible idea, because, koozies are so cheap to make versus so many other things.
Product gallery. Oh, it's just mulch.
Yeah. Oh, God. Can you imagine if they had merch?
I was kind of hoping for a second there. Oh, they got certified playground mulch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not only is he the Mulch King, he's the merch king.
Right. Oh, they also have topsoil and compost. Oh, and gravel, Brian. The list keeps going.
Oh, they've got all sorts of stuff up there. I've seen.
Do you need boulders? They have boulders.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. I've yet to see the Mulch King anytime I've gone by the place, though.
Apparently, they also sell pumpkins and flowers and shit.
Sure, why not?
What is and rock salt? What is happening here? Mulch King does it all.
He used to just be the Mulch King, but now he's the all sorts of outdoor dirt / gravel / boulder king. I mean, it's just longer on the business card.
Not gonna lie, Boulder King. Now that's cool.
Yeah, have it your way.
Yeah, you're right.
No. We need to go up to the Mulch King and be like, do you guys have crowns like Burger King?
Or just get out of pull. I need to get one of my friends that has got like a big ass Dodge Ram. Yeah. So we can pull in there looking like we're going to do some business, and we all just get out with Burger King crowns on. My liege.
Yeah, exactly. Can we meet the Mulch King?
Yes.
Because there's a picture of one dude who shows up a lot in there, and I bet he's the Mulch King,
What if we just cosplayed as Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's the Mulch King, damn it.
And we just clop in there, and we're like, we're looking to see if your king would join our ranks of knights in a round.
My liege. Yes.
Oh, Cheeto's in the chat. What up, buddy?
Oh, man, that would be so great.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh, shit.
But also cosplaying as the Mulch King would be amazing, too.
That's what, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Who is this imposter? I am the Mulch King.
I'm going to claim my rightful place on the throne.
Right. Or you show up dressed like Aquaman, The Mulch King was my father.
All right. Or, better idea, we go somewhere in the area and we open up our own mulch place, but we're the Mulch Emperor.
Yes.
It's clearly,
I like it.
chain of command says.
For sure, yeah. Yep.
And we just go to war with him if he doesn't, fall into our kingdom.
Yeah. Like, he's the Mulch King. Well, I didn't vote for him.
Well, what he doesn't know is we have mulch nights and are ready to do some shit.
Yeah. Like, get it? They just start knocking piles of dirt over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't really wreck a pile of dirt, but
mixing the dark brown mulch with the light brown mulch.
right?
You monsters. Oh my god.
Like, we just send our toughs in there
Hell
after.
yeah. Like I said, mulch nights.
Yeah. Yeah. Like spit on the gravel and be like, that's from the Mulch Emperor. Or from the Mulch Don or something like that.
The Mulch Father.
Yeah, the Mulch Father. That's what it is. Yes. That I like so much better.
Yeah, same. You just have
That would be great though.
Just have a really cheesy icon or logo that's definitely just Tony Soprano, but he's holding mulch.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking you just have like pizza, like the pizza box guy, the chef on the pizza box guy that's always like, "It's a good,"
Oh, I thought we were going more mafia. My bad.
No, well, we are, but I was just going to use a really stereotypical like Italian thing. Yeah,
like meatballs.
It's a mulch.
It's a mulch.
He's got it in his hand. It's just mulch, Our mulch is delivered in pizza boxes. It's not efficient, but
it is It is effective though.
Yeah,
dude, picture it. If you could,
1942.
If you could make mulch out of food, would pizza mulch be the best mulch?
Probably not. It's still going to taste like mulch.
No. It's legit just mulch, but it's made of food.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know how plant life would love pizza.
I don't care about plant life. I'm talking about me.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. You make some mulch on pizza and find out.
You don't want to bathe in pizza mulch?
No, I think I'm good there.
What if you had a playground that was the children were cushioned of pizza mulch?
I only use official playground mulch.
What if it's certified playground pizza mulch?
Certified. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay.
It's little square pizzas because it's
sure, of course.
Naturally.
Yep. Like, what if the parents are walking? Like, what is this?
Like, why are so many birds and rats around here?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's on the playground.
I've never seen so much pepperoni on a playground.
Just a wood chipper off the side and just heaving pizzas into it.
Oh, I was thinking they were just running big logs of pepperoni into it.
I mean,
like it's a salad shooter.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I never thought I would need a salad shooter I could shove a body into, but now I think I do.
Yeah, that's right. It's a perfect idea. Didn't they have a movie about that? Like Fargo or something?
But that was a wood chipper. I want an actual salad shooter.
Oh, an actual salad shooter.
Yeah, just a really big one.
That's fine. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd allow it.
Yeah, right?
It'd be fun to watch.
Oh, my. Yeah, I got nothing. So pretty much all of mine I have in my notes here. I know we went on a tangent for like an hour there. Tangent Bound Network, saltylanguage.com, patreon.com/saltylanguage.
Yep.
All mine I have are food related.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And not even like the good food that we had the other night or my
pizza mulch.
We should talk about real quick my incredibly sad and overpriced Mexican pizza.
Oh my God, you are correct. I thought we were going to talk about those amazing smash burgers, but all right, let's talk about the pizza instead.
I mean,
or first.
Amazing smash burgers are one thing to talk about, but tragedy, that's what people like.
It was something, yeah.
So, midway through the services on Tuesday. Tuesday. This week's a blur because I'm missing work,
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm all fucked up. Oh, Cheetah wants a human spiralizer. Nice. Yes.
That's a good plan.
Right? Yeah. That's what they did in ancient Egypt, I think.
I think so.
We went down to the, what's it called? Pat and Danny's, where Bar Rescue has apparently been, but they're not airing it for some weird reason. Right? Yeah. Is that the rumor you heard?
That's what I had heard, yeah.
I would like to know. I really would like to see an episode. Someone release the footage. We know you're listening.
Yeah, right?
Taco Tuesday. It's a brilliant thing.
Yeah.
You guys both got, you and Luther, Cheeto, sorry. Better. Both got soft tacos, $5.99. My head, I'm like, well, this $10.99 Mexican pizza is going to be amazing. I'm starving. It's going to be small pizza size, and I'm going to hammer it.
That's what I assumed as well.
So food comes out. Your guys' tacos, oh, they look beefy and amazing.
Yeah,
it was like the Gold's Gym situation in front of me here, just beefy tacos ready to rock and roll. And then she drops my Mexican pizza in front of me, which was just basically a tostada.
Yeah,
let's be real.
You're not wrong.
It was a tostada cut into quarters with shredded lettuce and diced tomatoes.
Yep.
Next to it.
Yep.
Bryan, I felt so betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
The price alone betrayed me.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because you paid almost twice what we paid.
Yes.
And probably didn't get half of what we got.
No, your guys' meals are so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is weird. So I'm on Bar Rescue's IMDb, right?
Okay.
And there's an episode from this year. It says it airs June 15th, actually, of this year.
Oh.
So that may explain why it's not, like, filled out yet. But it says John Taffer, the goober from the show, sends mixologist Phil Wills to Toledo, Ohio to help rescue an ailing owner who let his untrained staff take advantage of his kindness and hard work. That's probably the episode. I
would assume so, yeah.
So maybe it just hasn't aired yet. I thought I read on Reddit that people who worked there had said that it wasn't going to air. So I don't know. Well, we may have to. It's on Paramount Plus, though, which I don't have. So I may have to see if I know somebody with Paramount Plus so I can watch it later.
Well,
but it's not for a few more weeks here, apparently.
I mean, it's been a long time since I was in that place, and it did look nicer inside.
Yes.
But I think you nailed it perfectly. It's just a polished shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
they should have just kept it. I mean, it sucks that his staff was taking advantage of him, and that's what if that's what they had to do to get in there to clean that up, do what you need to do.
Sure.
But I liked it better, the old Pat and Dandies, where you walk in and you're like, I'm definitely getting stabbed or mesothelioma today.
Right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The new furniture was nice because it does suck when you go to a place after a while. You're like, okay, this place needs some new furniture because it's a mess.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
But aside from that, I was like, it doesn't really look.
It didn't look much different. It was brighter. They removed some of the booths to put a fake fireplace in. I don't know. It's like, this is family. And it's where families spend time around the fire. Yeah. That's what I imagine is the thought
I feel like what they did was they just wiped the grime off the lights finally.
Yeah.
And
like, oh shit, I thought those are orange bulbs. That's just cigarette tar from the 70s.
Yeah,
oh exactly. My God.
I kind of feel like that's what was going on. But I will say this, like, Luther and I both, like, those tacos were decent, and those fries that they had were like there's got to be some sort of a like batter on them because they weren't just regular fries. There was a little something extra crispy on them that was really good. Probably whatever they wiped off the lights.
Well, I mean, that's good grease. You won't want to waste that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, seriously though, those fries were pretty decent, and the tacos were good. Nice. So I can't knock that.
Right.
Whereas if I remember correctly, the last time I went in there, the food was absolute shit. So
yeah, I mean,
not great.
I mean, I have a couple reasons for not going to that bar, but one of them was the last time I was in there to get food, I was like, I'd rather just go to Burgers,
Yeah.
But so anywho, that wasn't what I wanted to talk about. That was an extra bonus food thing.
It was fun teasing you about how you got a kids menu item, though,
dude.
Because
I
really
believe how tiny that shit was.
I wasn't thinking at the time. You should have taken a picture of it.
I should. I was so hungry though.
Yeah,
like I was.
You smashed it so fast, but because there was like nothing there.
That's also true. Yeah.
Yeah. But you weren't even a good boy. You left your salad on the plate.
Dude,
I mean lettuce and tomato.
I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? I mean, like legit, the pieces of my pizza were like this big.
Yeah, I don't even think you could have really thrown it on top.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like if I had a real Mexican pizza, that would have been perfect. I could sprinkle it on top, pretend I'm having a time.
Yeah.
Instead, I just had sadness and still hunger.
Yeah. Like me the week before, where I was with my nephew. I just picked up my glasses, and he goes, "Hey, you want to grab lunch?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Anything sound good?" And I'm like, And he goes, "How's Mexican?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds fine." And
See,
we went and got Los Agaves, and yeah, I was looking at different stuff, and I just kept flipping back, and I'm like, I really want some burrito tacos, so that's what I got, and they were quite nice. So, and like I told you, they brought out rice with them, and I poured off the rest of the consomme right over the top of the rice, and oh man,
it's a solid move right there. Solid move.
Yeah, it was a real good move. So it was tasty. So they had a Mexican pizza there. I almost got, but I was afraid.
I mean, it could have if it was on the appetizer menu, it would have made sense.
Right.
I'm sure
their Mexican pizza would have been.
That was a Mexican special I got that Tuesday, and I was so disappointed.
The worst part of that whole thing really was that it cost what it did. If that was like $4.99,
yeah,
okay, whatever.
I wish I could have Jimmy changed my order.
Nice.
Hey,
nice.
Hey-o.
Nice. Well, let's talk about your other food thing.
Well, I mean, I'm going to keep along with the disappointing food subject.
Okay. You see what I did there, though, right? The taco bout.
Oh, taco. God damn it, I missed
taco.
Taco.
Yeah.
Taco.
Yeah. Right. Anyway,
it's not show ordinary.
We're done.
Conversation.
I can't beer. No, I can't.
Oh, God.
I was trying to make Believe and Berea work together, or Berea, and I just
you tried so hard.
Yeah.
If I could walk to mile in your shoes.
There you go.
All right.
We're back. Move.
Anyway, so didn't have lunch today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't pack anything. Didn't really have time because dude, by the way, I told you guys yesterday, I'm like, hey, if you're all down for Helldivers, I'll be on. I was so tired.
Yeah.
From staying up so late the night before.
Right.
I was just dead to the world. Anywho.
Right.
So today at work, we have the little canteen, or how you want to call it, and they bring in sandwiches and shit every day.
Yeah.
And typically they're not bad. But I'm like, I was sitting there on my lunch break. I was just like, whatever, I'll just not eat today. It's fine. I'll just eat when I get home. I don't want to spend money. I'm fucking starving. Let me go see what they have, right?
Right.
So they have this spicy buffalo chicken sandwich. I'm like, well, and I look at it, it's like, with pepper jack and tomato and banana peppers. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds all right. Fine. And some sort of quote unquote hoagie sauce.
Okay.
Which is going to be a wrestler of mine in the future at some point.
Hoagie sauce.
Hoagie sauce.
Oh my.
But so I, scanned a stupid sandwich. It's like almost $6.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. The last time I got a sandwich, it was like a pretty loaded up Italian sub,
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I'm guessing these
fine.
are probably similar to ones you get like at a gas station, right?
Very similar, yeah.
Okay.
So
size wise, more than anything.
Yeah. So sit my ass down. I open up the plastic thing, and I open up the sandwich to put to blow some hoagie sauce on it.
Yeah.
And dude, it had 2 little slices of chicken.
Yeah.
1 little slice of cheese. I'm not even kidding you. A tomato, because it was like maybe a 6-inch sub cut in half.
Yeah.
Each half had a slice of tomato that had to have been like a large cherry tomato. and then like just the lightest sprinkling of banana peppers.
Right.
So it was like 10% filling, 90% just bread because of the sub roll.
Bread, yeah.
And I was just like, I wish I could get my fucking money back for this.
Yeah,
I was so disappointed.
Right.
And I'm bitching about this to one of my guys at work, and because I'm fortunate enough now that if I want to leave for lunch, I can, which is nice. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I just went up to Wendy's and I spent like $5 and change. You got a burger and a fry and a drink and a Frosty." And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Like I chose poorly.
Yeah. It's like, and that's what I told him. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna leave next time.
Wendy's got Son of Baconator right now, $3.
What are you doing? I could have got 2 of those. You
could have went and got 3 of those. Yeah.
2 for a dime more. It was $5.90 for that sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I was not impressed.
You would have been much happier with Two Fist and Baconator or Son of Baconator.
I would have.
They're for sure smaller, but still.
Whatever.
You would have been much happier than what you had. Probably.
Yeah, dude. I started eating it. I just was just like, this sucks, but I'm hungry.
Yeah. The worst part is they really could have, like, all that could have been crammed on half that bread.
Oh, yeah.
And it would have seemed like a more impressive sandwich.
Yeah, or put it in a wrap or something.
Right. Jeez.
Yeah. So
at least, throw some like wilted hot lettuce in there with it.
Anything. Give it a little more substance, for the love of God.
Put some mulch in there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pizza mulch even.
Yeah. Mulch King sandwiches.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
Delicious.
But now we're going to shift. That is
really sad, though.
We're going to good food now.
Okay.
I got two things for you, and we can talk about smash burgers afterwards if you like.
All right. I don't think we need to. I mean, you made smash burgers. They were amazing.
Yeah.
I think
it was like 10 at night on a school night and making smash burgers and drinking beers with my boys. It was a great time until I woke up the next day. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Exactly what I needed that night, though. But yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. So one, Mil-mosas.
Yes.
Yes. I was mowing my grass over the weekend, and it was about 11 in the morning. I'm like, fuck it, I'm grabbing a beer because yard work.
Yeah. Well, you got to stay hydrated.
Got to stay hydrated. And I'm out, and I got my High Life, and I'm out there just drinking it. I'm looking at the bottle. I'm like, champagne of beers. And then for some reason, it just clicked in my head. I need to make a fucking mimosa out of it, a beer-mosa.
Right.
And then it hit me even more harder, the Mil-mosa.
The Mil-mosa.
Yes. So I went out and bought orange juice later in the day, and I made it, and it was fucking delicious.
Right.
Right. I mean, how could it not be? It's orange juice and beer, right?
Okay. Sure.
Now, I've had beer mosas before, and it was always made of like a weedy, citrusy beer.
Yeah.
First time I've ever done it with just like a trash beer.
Right.
But it worked,
Right.
But I threw it on TikTok and other social medias for our platform here.
Yeah.
Dude on TikTok is like, that's way too much orange juice. And I just asked him tonight, like, well, what do you recommend? I still have 2 more High Lifes. So
yeah. And you're not afraid to figure it out.
No, exactly. Like if honestly, if he goes, put in this amount, I'll make another TikTok and I'll tag him in it.
Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah.
But I thought it was great. And it reminded me of my white trash shandies from last year, which I'm going to make again. Those things are so fucking delicious.
Right.
Yeah, I will definitely be making some of those.
I've never, well, I can't say never. I was going to say I've generally not been drinking beer and going, you know what we should do is add something to this. Save for the time we were drinking that beer at your house, doing a sweet and salty language. And I was like, we should put Dr. Pepper in this.
Oh, yeah, that was just fun, though.
Yeah. But aside from that, I've never been one to be like, this beer needs, whatever else. So I'm not against the idea. It's not, my brain just doesn't click that way,
I mean, beer cocktails.
I'm just drinking beer going, man, this is beer, this is good.
Next time we do a sweet and salty language, I will make sure I have.
Which we need to do soon because I have some things.
Oh, you still have those?
I have 3 things for us at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we'll have to figure that out.
I don't think I can do it this weekend. I think I'm busy every day this weekend. Maybe next weekend though.
All I can tell you is clean your schedule.
Okay. But I will.
No work the rest of the week. We're doing sweet and salty languages.
I will have stuff for white trash shandies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That'll be a good accompaniment.
So you can try it,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, and once again, work out of my work canteen thing. A little hungry the other day. I think it was Wednesday. It was my first day back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to grab like some candy or something. I feel like I need a little sugar or something. I was just dragging because I was so tired,
Right.
I spied a bag of Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't had Mike and Ike's in forever. Dude, I've been sleeping on Mike and Ike's. Those are so fucking good.
Mike and Ike's are some of my favorite candy, man. They really are.
Oh, man. I would just make sweet love to Mike and Ike at the same time.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Dude, they were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really hit.
Yeah, and they put out different flavor ones sometimes. They had ones that were what were they? They were like lemonade ones or something like that last summer, I think it was, that were really good. They taste like pink lemonade, and I think they did Dots this year that are like that, and they're okay, but the Mike and Ike's were way better. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't lemonade, but it was something along that line. You know, it was like a summery situation, and they were really good. And I look every once in a while because like I try not to eat them too much because it's just huge amounts of sugar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but, like here was me. I'm like, I'm just gonna have a little snacky of these. And I took a handful and I started going to work, and I'm just like, fuck. I just dumped a bunch in my mouth bag, and at that moment, I get tapped on my shoulder. Like, and someone's trying to talk to me. I'm like, no.
Yep.
So like much Mike and Ike.
Busy. Yep.
Oh my god, dude.
I ate them. I used to eat those a lot when I worked at Hollywood Video because we sold them there.
Yeah.
Which was terrible because they're right in front of you. But I still grab them once in a while. I actually almost grabbed some at Kroger yesterday because they had some right up front.
And then you got
I opted against it.
You got those trash ones, the good and plenties. Was it like black licorice and road gravel or something?
I think so. Yeah. And oddly enough, I like the road gravel ones better.
Yeah, the road gravel ones taste amazing compared to the black licorice ones. Yeah.
I used to hate that when we were kids and we get the little boxes or whatever of good and plenties. I just hand them to my dad because he liked black licorice. So I was like, here you go.
That was always one of those Halloween candies that it would be like the last men standing, like last pick for the dodgeball team.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I guess. And I'd eat one and just be like, nope, trash.
Yeah.
Like these are so bad.
I was always like, I remember, especially as I got a little bit older, I was always like, who in the hell is thinking kids want these?
Right.
Like adults I can see wanting, and especially now when you have a little more understanding of adult palate versus child palate.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know anyone, like when we were kids, I didn't know anybody who was like, oh my God, give me all the good and plenties.
No. Everyone's always like, oh.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't think I would enjoy a good and plenty.
No, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't.
But I enjoy like Jaeger.
Yeah.
It's basically the same flavor.
Right. That's why I said
maybe because Jaeger, dulls out everything.
Maybe, yeah. Well, also it's served cold typically. There is a difference in the experience. Maybe you need to put your your good and plenties in the freezer.
Frozen good and plenties. Oh my God, dude!
There's the tech for you.
But what if you went to Dairy Queen? You're just like, I know this is off menu, and you had them good and plenties.
Right.
Like, would you mind?
They just slap you.
They escort you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time you realize Dairy Queen has a bouncer.
And it's like a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, but she's fucking jacked.
You don't want to mess with her.
She plays softball for sure.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm going.
Oh my God.
Oh man, now I kind of want some. I think I'm gonna have to get some Mike and Ike's.
I know, right?
Dude, speaking of food,
today when I was looking for food, I was eyeballing those Mike and Ike's. I'm like, I should get a sandwich.
Yeah,
I should have got the Mike and Ike's. They're cheaper. Would have been way better.
Yep. I was at Kroger yesterday. And, I always look at the clearance food stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's been quite a few times where I've picked up stuff that I use that's still, it's not expired and it's, it's fine. Well, they had Pop Tarts over there. They had the Thin Mint Pop Tarts for like $1.38. And I'm like, well, I gotta try these.
Yeah.
So I rip open a pack last night and I'm all excited. And then later I was like, I wonder if you could like put those in the fridge or freezer.
I was about to ask you, did you freeze any?
Dude, there was like no mint flavor to them.
Weird.
There was like chocolate. They were okay, but I was pretty disappointed.
I mean, the move.
I was sad.
Aldi
It was the saddest I had. It was the saddest I was this week.
No. Wow. They must have been terrible. No, the Aldi mint cookies, that's the jam.
Oh, it is for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I actually was telling my my sister and her boyfriend about the peanut butter ones the other day because she was talking about certain ones and I was like, y'all gotta go over to Aldi and get those. I was like, those things they're top level, man.
They slap, as the kids say.
Yep. So
those cookies are cooking, but when they're in my kitchen, they're getting cooked. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That was tough, man.
I know, right?
Tough. Yeah.
I'm just speaking like the youth, Brian. The youths.
Are you though?
Yeah.
Are you though? Yeah, I just had a little ham dinner before we jumped on here because I still have I gave my brother a bunch of ham yesterday, but I still have a decent amount of ham and had some sweet potatoes, green beans, onions, and like bell peppers that I bought a bag of that from Aldi, so I had some of that and sat down, had a little of that, had a little of the pan leavings from the ham, so I just poured a little of that over the top of the ham. I was gonna make gravy, and I was like, I don't really need it. This jus is perfect. So
fair enough.
I'll just pour this right over the top. Although it was funny, I totally forgot. There was like a disc of fat on it.
Yeah.
Because how when you have stuff like even when you make stock, you'll have
fat.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Rise to the top.
Yeah.
So I just like
that's the cream, Brian. That's the cream.
Dude, literally, I just like peeled the top part off and threw it in the trash. It was kind of gross and funny, but yeah, I was like I said, I was really disappointed with those Pop Tarts. I was so excited.
That is quite sad.
Yeah, because now I'm wishing I would have just bought some of those cookies at Kroger, because they've got like the big square like Thin Mint type cookies.
I would
have been happier.
I can't. There it is. God damn it, Brian. Sorry. I have a sound drop from 40 seconds ago. It doesn't make any sense now.
Oh, okay.
I got to put pictures on these things so they're easier to find.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
So, did you see that Helldivers was getting negative review bombed?
Yeah, it still is, as far as I'm aware.
Is it? Yeah, because of not letting people rescue. I forgot the name of it.
Equality on the Sea. It's the China divers, as they're calling them.
Right.
There's so many weird sub factions in that game.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. You got your bug divers, bot divers, your MO divers, your chaos divers, your piss divers, your cheese divers, your blue divers.
Your mulch divers.
Yes, your mulch divers.
Right. Of which I hear they have a king.
But yes, they do. But from what I understand, it was some sort of translation thing, because like that city, which on Super Earth is where China is, was the last city to be standing. And last I checked, like the space station's back online. They're taking back Super Earth, but they wanted it to be 100% liberated.
Yeah, and it got to what, 99.7 or something?
And like the way it's set up, though, is like, well, the planet's under attack still, so that 1% is still going to be there until the planet's clear of Illuminate.
Right, which I think makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was curious why they were getting review bombed off of that.
I guess from what I was reading a little bit on Reddit at work, it was just a little miscommunication and translation stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. Because if they're still there, then it wouldn't be 100%.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can't. I'm looking forward to playing. Which also, Cheeto, if you're still in the chat, when are we all three of us getting together and spreading some sick ass democracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to happen. Hopefully soon.
Let's figure it out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I have one other thing, unless you have any more food stuff.
I am ship shape. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot this week.
All right. I thought this was kind of cool, which was I saw this on IGN today.
Yeah.
That Hasbro is making. They originally said it was Marvel versus Capcom inspired Marvel Legend figures, and they're like 2-packs. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. It'd be, like Ryu versus Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's only the Marvel characters.
Oh, so there's no Street Fighter characters?
No.
That's dumb.
Yeah, the figures look great. I mean, they're definitely stylized off the game,
Actually, I do have a Street Fighter segue we can go into after this, so keep going.
Okay.
Keep going, Brian.
But I was disappointed that, I mean, I'm not buying any of these anyways. They're just too much money. But it's like they have Wolverine versus Silver Samurai, Psylocke versus Thanos, Captain America versus Venom, War Machine versus Omega Red, Gargantos, which was formerly known as Shuma Gorath, I think it says.
Oh, I used to listen to his podcast.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, no, Shuma Gorath was a metal band.
Oh, yeah, that actually sounds like a sick-ass metal band.
It does, right? And then there's a Juggernaut. The Juggernaut figure's amazing. Like it looks great. You know, all the figures do. Like they all look really good. But it's like, do you remember how Venom used to be more blue in that game instead of black?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. And like I said, the characters are all stylized like the game. They look great. But I was so disappointed that they also didn't have Capcom ones.
Yeah, that is.
But also like
kind of weird.
Like, you know, no Spider-Man either. And I for sure used Spider-Man when I played Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, right.
But I guess, you know, they didn't make everybody. They only made, you know, a certain amount. But still, I was
trying to find some images, these action figures.
Yeah, that's actually something I have to figure out on here is how to share files with you like we used to on yeah, if I just want to send you like a link or something.
Yes. No, we'll figure that out. It's got to be there somewhere. So the Monster Hunter update came out with the Street Fighter collab.
Oh yeah,
and
right.
Playing as Akuma is so much fun.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just while I was working on dinner, I was finishing up the last hunt I had to do to get the items I needed to make the Akuma armor. Right. And it's just, yeah, you just don't even use your weapon. You just beat up shit and go into combos. And like you could do like a Shoryuken and throw fireballs and it's great.
That's great.
Dude, it's so satisfying to punch a giant monster to death.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Dude, when you beat it, because normally it goes like Slade, it's like this dramatic thing. When you beat it as Akuma, it just goes KO. And then yeah, it's great.
Well, I saw they have there's a Fortnite Street Fighter collab too. And I saw they were like, this character is this one and this one. And then the one that's like Ryu, it's like he's using like a bow and arrow. And I'm like, what? Like,
that's
why
weird.
aren't they just punching and kicking and throwing you know,
fireballs
Hadokens
and shit?
Stuff? Yeah, right? Like, I was like, why didn't they just stylize it more like that?
I bet you they do throw Hadokens and stuff, but it's Fortnite. You got to have guns.
I know, but it's just weird seeing a guy who, you know, like always going around with, you know, just throwing fireballs basically. And now he's got to use a bow and arrow. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree.
I was not amused.
I was not amused. Not amused.
Nope. Disqualified.
That I what I got.
Disqualified.
Delayed reaction for some reason.
Oh, actually, I forgot about that. The new season of that premiered a couple nights ago.
I haven't watched Rick and Morty in so long.
Yeah. I gotta pull it up on Max.
I did beat High on Life, and that was fantastic.
What's on my High on Life? What is
it was recently a free game on PlayStation Network, but it's by the Rick and Morty guys, and like one of your guns is fucking JB Smooth, and one of your guns is voiced by Tim Robinson from I Think You Should Leave. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's a very fun game, and it has very little replay value, but you know, I kind of thought about platinuming it, but then I was also kind of like, I beat it, I'm good. You know,
I mean, it's no Chicken Police, so
no, but it is a fun game to play. It's very fucking weird. So
right, well, that's cool. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we should probably move on then, eh?
Yes, sir. Oh wow. Huh.
What?
We've had more viewers tonight than we've had in a long time at simultaneously.
Don't like it.
I know, right? Interesting.
Oh, okay.
So what we're doing Q to dubs, right? Is that what we're shifting into?
I think so. Unless you got something else to yap about.
I do not.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me find my proper window here. So last week we asked everybody if Facebook would ever cooperate with me.
What was the moment in your life where you knew I'd never be the same?
Thank you. There it goes.
Something to that effect.
Yes. Yeah, it's basically exactly what it is. So over here on Face page, we got our pal, our homie, the G Money Top Dog Diamond Fan, Devin Fowler, says,
Big Devery, yep.
At the moment I met the men of Salty Language and was introduced to quote unquote all the beers. Oh yes, that is fantastic.
Yeah, we'll do that to you. Yeah. We'll change your life.
Actually, I'm not doing a hug. I'm changing it to a care because I feel like hugging him.
Yeah. Me too, man. I want to see that dude.
I know, right?
I wish he lived closer to us.
And we, wait, you know what? You know what?
Give him big hugs and kisses.
Dev and I still communicate on TikTok here and there. So 121, Dev's getting a TikTok too.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
And then we can, so now he can know with his eyeballs and ear holes that we want to caress his skin lovingly.
Yeah, that we want to touch tender bits with him.
Exactly. Yeah. We want to avatar merge with him.
Yeah. Let's just say that, it'll be like the Mike and Ike story.
Yes, exactly. It'll be just a mouthful. And then it'll be good and plenty. Am I right?
Naturally.
Yes.
Naturally.
Anywho, that was all we have on the face page, unfortunately. Ooh. But guess what, Brian? We have Instagram we could fall back on. We love Instagram here.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I actually might have an Instagram one.
On the Instas, our pal Oz, the man from Australia. These are all in caps for some reason.
Well, he was very adamant about it, I guess.
First tattoo. No, I'm not going to do that. First military service. First daughter. First trip to Japan. First time on hallucinogenics. Death of father. A few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are, that all makes sense. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. I thought so. I do have one on Twitter or Instagram, I mean.
That's all I got. We only had 2 answers on my end of things. Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh, all right. Miss_Fress_ on Instagram said the death of my first parent in 1987. It's like, yeah, understand that one because that for sure changes your life.
Yep. Takes the wind out of your sails for a little bit.
Sure does. Losing your second one does too. It's funny.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works.
Crazy, guys. Crazy.
Also, shoot, never mind. I thought I had another one there. Nope.
I mean, I have one from, I was like, you should at least have one more.
I swear Cheeto's wife sent one in.
Oh.
I remember seeing it because when we were sitting at your house, I actually saw it. So unless she responded to me reposting it.
Oh, wait. Oh, Brian, I got 2 more because you shared it.
Okay.
All right. So our friend Monica says, when I was supposed to pick my friend and her brother, only a year younger and also friend from their high school, he never showed, so we drove back to her home. I walked in first yelling, PJ, you dick, you kept us waiting. You came home early, yelling this. I went up to his room, and my friend stayed in their kitchen getting a drink. Oh, boy. I knocked at his door, no answer, thinking he fell asleep. I opened it, and he was hanging from a pipe in his room. Jesus Christ. Jesus. It's the most surreal, horrifying moment of having to try to stop his friend from seeing her brother like this.
I don't know why your audio keeps cutting out.
That's weird.
Yeah, so part of that story, it's let's just say for anyone who didn't catch what was going on there, it was a suicide story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I bet that would change your life.
But to tell
I thought that's where it was going.
But to tell her to call 911 and her dad all while I was holding his legs, pushing up as if it made a difference. What a moment I could feel it in my very DNA this day. Yeah, that's brutal.
Oof. Yeah, that's a rough one for sure.
Right? Oof.
Yeah. Thank goodness I have not had to experience that. I don't. I feel so bad for anyone who has to, you know.
And then Lady Cheeto says, so many things in life have made me think that our wedding day, childbirth, things are never the same after that. Ha. Holding my baby girl for the first time, when a ground mole ran across my toes in the yard. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm not noticing on there?
What?
And actually, well, let me read Cheeto's first, then I'll react here because we had his wife's, now we have him, and he says he has several. My first beer, that first joint, that first Marlboro, meeting my wife, going on our first date, marrying my wife getting pregnant, the birth of our daughter, losing my left nut to cancer. So many moments in my life changed me, and I was never the same after. You know what's absent from both of their lists? Is something Dev listed as the first thing on his list, meeting us.
You are correct.
Good, great.
Oh, my God.
They have neither one been the same since.
My goodness.
Yeah, good list, though.
Yes, excellent work.
Little
sad on the one, a little sad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I had forgotten about that because I know that story because she's, we've been friends for many, many years. Like, Monica really helped me when my dad died because, late at night, I would stay up with my dad and then he's gone.
Yeah.
And there's nobody staying up late because everybody else goes to bed early. And thank goodness she was, available online. So we chatted a lot through the night and stuff. She really helped me through a very hard time. And we didn't know each other super well at that point. Like we were already friends, but not like super tight, Yeah. So to take that burden off of somebody else is an amazing thing, for anybody who does that. So, yeah. But oof. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what we got for this week. Probably help if I pull up the right page or tab. All right, 1 through 9.
7.
Yeah, pick something else. I don't feel like doing that this week.
All right, cool. 4. 4.
All right. Oh my God. It's funny. Last week you're like, what happened to all the happy ones? So real quick, the one that you first picked has something to do like, let's say you die and then I'm gonna just save the rest for another time. But it was like the one it's like you're sentenced to death row and you're allowed to listen to one last album. What are you listening to? But it's just funny that they're all like,
death, like
leading with death first.
Yeah, wow. Who, me?
This one's not as sad though. This is more about the album. This isn't,
Yeah.
It's just more like, what would, if you could only listen to one album, what would it be basically, But it's,
I get to listen to the whole album.
I mean, within reason, probably. I mean, they're not going to let you delay your sentencing because of it, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I listened to this podcast where there's this pipe organ that's playing the longest song ever. It's been going for, I don't know, like over 100 years or some shit.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like just got to a chord change and everyone was very excited.
Right.
All right. So I guess I won't be picking that one.
No, I mean, they're going to be, it's similar to like everybody does the last meal thing and they're like, well, I'd want this and this. And it's like, I've read that like a lot of the places, like the last meal has to be something that they can and already make basically within the confines of the prison.
Yeah, what a sad ass last meal.
Yeah, right. Like you can't just order in some like super high end steak dinner or like just eat until you die.
Yeah, like I really would like some sushi rolls. That's too bad.
Yeah, and they're we can put some sushi together, but you probably don't want. Well, it's like, well, hey, I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah, y'all ever had prison sushi?
Oof.
That's a really hard one because I just listen to so much different types of music now.
Yep. Well, it's just whatever your last one would be. See, that's the thing, right? Like I'm the kind of person that I just listen to whatever I'm kind of vibing at that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I think I could pick one for this because again, we don't have to overthink it, right? It
would probably be. I mean, okay, we're framing this as in I'm dying after listening to this album.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you're sitting in the chair, you're riding the lightning afterwards.
Exactly. So definitely ride the lightning. Hell yeah.
Right.
It would probably be something Billy Joel because that's what my parents always listened to in the house.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of, what sad news about him.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Shit. He's got some disorder and he, had to cancel all his shows. Man, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's, what's weird? There's been like a variety of musicians over the last like X years where that kind of, stuff has been happening. Where somebody's hitting a point and then they have some condition and they can't, like Celine Dion went through that too, where she had something where she basically couldn't really sing. And I forgot there was somebody else not that long ago that went through something and they had to cancel all their stuff. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Mesothelioma. They should have worked in the mines.
Microplastics.
Yeah. Space.
Yep. Mulch King's getting his revenge.
Mulch King.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. So something from Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Right. I think, honestly, mine would probably be the Alice in Chains Unplugged.
Yeah, that's solid.
Because as much as it's maybe not exactly my favorite album, but I feel like, That I feel like it sets a great mood for.
I mean, anytime you listen to that, I have that on vinyl, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
yeah.
It is the album I've listened to the most on my iTunes.
Yeah.
It's between that and Ride the Lightning, are I think the top two that I've listened to. But I think I would pick that one because I feel like it really fits the it fits the mood. You know,
for sure.
It's like, well, if I'm gonna die, I want to hear "Down in a Hole" one more time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Plus, it's just a great album.
It's a solid album.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's all albums from other albums, but it's like, it's a great way to get a good chunk of Alice in Chains.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Bryan. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Ugh.
All right, boys. Good effort. Stick taps for all. Sorry, I'm in hockey mood.
You're good, dude.
Yeah. So there you go. The question again is you're sentenced to death row and you're allowed to listen to one last album. What are you listening to?
Show us what you got.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
And yeah, with that, head over to saltylanguage.com for any links that we have. You can find the show notes there, or show links there. You can also find a link that'll take you to tangentaboutnetwork.com, the home of this show, as well as other shows. So please go check them out. And if you need a home for your show, go talk to them. If you talk to Mark, what have you got for Mark this week?
Well, one I have for Mark that he needs to watch our YouTube video, because when I switched to this scene, Bryan and OBS, which you learned about before, for some reason your camera setup, you showed up looking like fucking MODOK. It's so zoomed in. Like it frightened me. So I guess what I'm saying to Mark is he wants to be cool and stuff. He needs to go to Halloween as Mark Doc, just be MODOK, but Mark.
I like that. Also to get our show back on, to get baggage.
Oh yes, and of course, we got some baggage for him. It's the cost of a new show.
Oh, that's not the kind of baggage I thought you meant we had for him. I was thinking more sack related.
I mean, we do have nice, luxurious, silky sacks for him.
Oh my!
Yes.
I hope we're talking about Crown Royal bags.
Whatever. I use mane and tail. Do you?
On my balls?
That's right.
That's fair. All right. Oh shit. If you want to reach out to us on socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram at Stunami.
You can find me on the Instagram at The Monotony. TikTok at Salty Language. There's been more content going up. I guess hopefully another Mil-mosa video will be popping off.
Yeah.
Son.
Right.
Patreon.com/salty language, which tonight, in theory, if it works the way I think it's going to work, we're going to do episode 1 of My Mother to Podcast for you Patreon people out there. So $3 a month if you want to watch us watching an ancient sitcom called My Mother to Car.
Right.
And like I said, if it works the way it's going to work, you can just log into our Patreon and it'll be almost like Mystery Science Theater as a time, and we'll be pausing it and talking, I'm sure. So
right.
It's just episode 1's going to be a shit show because we're figuring out the formula.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But it'll be a fun shit show. I can promise you that.
We hope so.
Bryan, you have another project.
I do. And I still need to reach out to Henno. Now that we've got the OBS situation figured out, I need to reach out to him and sort that out and see if maybe this weekend or sometime soon we can get something going, because it's been a while since him and I have recorded. But it's called The Crazy Life, and it's usually him and I sitting around talking about just what's going on in our lives, as well as sometimes we talk about mental health stuff or things to just help us be better people overall and whatnot. I'm sure the next one's going to be a real doozy, because first of all, we haven't talked in about a month.
Holy shit.
Or so.
It seems like a long time for you guys.
So there's been a lot that's gone on in the last month. So
that's fair.
And again, we usually dive a little more into the feels on those. So that'll probably be a very special Crazy Life.
I mean, I know I won't be present, but make sure you bring up how sad I was about my Mexican pizza.
Maybe we'll have to have you on just to talk about the Mexican pizza.
Guys, this pizza, Yeah, Brian, I know you have your thing, but my pizza.
Yeah, like you're telling us about your therapy session around the pizza.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, please check that out. Again, it's called The Crazy Life, if you would. And then I guess in the meantime, have a well, I had a root beer tonight, but have a beer, you'll be fine.
Root beer. Sorry.
Root beer.
I had a banquet and a iced and way too much sugar in Sprite. But anywho, stay so. Oh, real quick, Brian.
Right.
I know we're closing the show, but we're at the part where I say stay salty. Am I right?
You can't even say it.
I know.
Say salty. Yeah.
So,
what are you doing?
So get this, dude. I'm watching this video, and it was a Monster Hunter video to talk about the new stuff, and I'm just like, cool, new update. Let me see it all. The
beating off, yeah,
naturally. I mean, almost.
Of course,
am I right?
Yeah. Right.
So we get to the end of the video, and the guy's like,
"Oh, that's not what I thought you meant." Okay.
The guy's like, "And as always, stay sweet." And I'm like, and I'm like, "Stay sweet? What a lame way to." And then it hit me. I'm like, "God damn it! I've been saying stay salty for fucking years."
Yeah, for like 13 years.
Yeah. And I'm just like, "Who's this idiot?" You know?
Right.
Yeah. So stay salty, everybody.
Right.
I guess it's time to end it.